we're going to take him out on the trail. He was getting a little bit too close. Let's see if we can use my truck hitch to get on him. Good boy. Whoa. No. Good boy. Okay, so that was pretty good. And he seems a little ouchy on these rocks, so we'll see how he does today. But because he's barefoot, and I think his feet are starting to get sore on all this gravel. Okay, so we're gonna leave. See how he does leaving by himself. Let's see, he's kind of ouchy. So he might need boots, or he might need shoes, whatever you want to do with them while he's here. Okay, so he's leaving just fine. They got a chainsaw or something up here. Yeah, but to me, you just can feel his feet are tender. Yep, so see that little stumble little there? That's just his feet being sore. But he's not caring about the tarp or anything else. He's like, oh, dirt, finally. Okay, so we kind of cut across this field. He's doing fine. He's being pretty sure-footed because there are some holes and, you know, things in here. It's not very even ground. That's a good test of, you know, does this horse know where his feet are? Well, now, what was that? Did you see that? So, all of a sudden, no reason at all. So we're going back over. You see some manure, but no snake or anything else. So now we're just going to stand here. So. Yep, and that was pretty quick. Let's see. So you probably saw the camera go off to the side, because I kind of went off to the side and caught myself. Now he's being really screwy around here, so we're just going to walk a circle. You're okay. You never know. Sometimes there's holes under here and we don't know it, and the horse reacts to it. So. You know what? I was just about to turn the camera off, so that's what happens. Every time I turn the camera off, it misses something. Oh. But that could have got somebody off. Almost got me off, right? Because I wasn't expecting it. Stuff happens with your balance. So we're getting down by the goats and the pigs. We'll see what happens as we get up there. I am trying to stay off of the gravel as much as I can, so you'll see me keep going over the dirt. He's looking at these rocks here, and you know what he did back there, spooking and going sideways. You see, I didn't beat him up for it or anything, because you know, we'll come back and pick that up. Because I don't know exactly why he did it, and that's okay. He's 8, and this is what some people don't understand. 8 is still a young, very young horse. We got a cattle parade over here, a pig off to the right, so it's a lot to go through by himself. Let's get on the dirt where it's soft. So he's looking, and he's just acting like he's unsure. He's much more unsure than Captain Cupcake when he came out. So I think, you know, somebody got Captain Cupcake on the trail by himself, or, you know, he just has a different temperament. It was calmer and more mellow. This guy's looking at everything. He's not doing anything bad, but here's nose. So he's really breathing in a fair amount to pick up all the sense of where we're going. And he's thinking, oh, there's manure. That horse didn't die, so that might be okay. Now there's a goat off to the right, and then there's a horse off to the right. And we'll see how he does with those. This is the scariest part of this trail. It's just they come out, they have to go by the goats and the pigs, and then this random horse that they never see because he's hiding, and then these big bushes. So see, he's stopping. They have to go by these big bushes. There's a turkey off on the right walking by the fence. That's hard to see, so he probably just sees movement, and I think the turkey's going to come out in a minute, or maybe not. And so right here it's a little nerve-wracking for them, so he's a little scared. We'll get him out in the middle. And then my hands are wide and I'm sitting back. Good job. So I can feel him shaking a little bit on the inside. He's nervous, but he's doing it for me, so he's a good boy. But again, these young horses haven't seen everything. And, you know, some of them haven't been ridden alone, and they're just unsure, so they react to things where, you know, an older horse is like, oh, that's nothing. What are you spooking at? And they might not react as much. So when you get these young horses, and again, to me, young is between, you know, anything up to 12 years old, they can do stuff like this. And the younger they are, you know, they might have 1 year of great experience, but it's not 20 years of great experience, and it makes a difference. Just think about, like, when you first got out of college or, you know, high school and got your first job, and you thought you knew what you were doing, and then, you know, 10 years later at the same job, you're like, oh my God, I had no clue. I had no idea what I was doing there. So it's the same thing with the horse. You think they know what they're doing because they're 8, but they don't. It takes years and years to get experience. So doesn't mean don't buy a young horse. You sure can. You just got to be invested. You might need the help of a trainer at times, and you might have to put them in training. You might have to take lessons, and you want to support them and make them a nice horse, because if they become a bad horse and it's a young horse, usually it's the people that are to blame, because the horse, you know, is just being educated by them. So you get a young one, just know that it's a long road. They're gonna spook, they're gonna do goofy things, and he's scared because he just jumped a little there, but you have to get him used to stuff. So this owner brought him in for training, and you know, he did well on the trail with her within groups, but she sent him over to get more trail mileage. So now he just spooked, and it was a squirrel. So he shot forward. I had short range, so I immediately pulled back, but that could have turned into a bolt or something else. And we want to teach him to spook in place. So when he spooks, we're going to turn around and face what it is. Good job. So, and again, it's okay. This is his first time out. But we immediately are showing him, hey, when you're scared, you don't run. Turn and face it. Because that's how we stay on. Okay, so we're trying to help everybody stay on. Okay, so we got some puddles. You walk in puddles? He's like, no. Do you? Good job. Now, a lot of horses don't want to walk in puddles, but I want to see if I can get him in it. Because, so I just keep going side to side. I'm pulling right, then I'm pulling left. Pulling right, then I'm pulling left. And if we get close to it, then we stop. Good boy. Good job. So I might not see any other puddles. That's why I'm messing around with these. But good job. Good job, buddy. Good boy. But it took him a fair amount to get him through those puddles. Good boy. Where I was on an older horse the other day, and he, of course, came out. They all look at rocks because the rocks look like hunching animals. The old horse just came out and walked right through that puddle, didn't care at all. But that's because he has mileage on him. Okay, so we have goats on the right, but they're up by the barn, but they can still smell them. These are the smelly goats. Here is nose. So he's really breathing in the air, smelling what's ahead. So he's scared. I got my hands wide, I'm sitting back. I'm totally relaxed. You try not to clench on until they move. Hi, buddy. Because if you clench on while you got this dog barking and everything, it scares the horse more. They're like, well, why are you scared? Why are you clenching on to me? So I should just run. Good boy. Let's go on the grass. So I'm going on the grass because of his feet, but I'm also going on the grass because he spooked on the grass. So again, I wasn't sure what it was. There we just kind of went down in the footing and that scared him. So we're just trying to get him used to all the different things. What else could I tell you? If you got a young horse, you should be working on your balance. You know, sit on a yoga ball, do some exercises. You want to have good balance because they're a lot quicker usually than the older horses, so they're harder to stick on when they do things because it can be pretty darn fast. Okay, so you might see all that stumbling. We're not even on rocks right now. There's a little gravel, but it's mud, but it's because his feet are sore. So now he's looking at these loose horses. These are the ones who took off galloping yesterday. So yeah, I hope they don't do that today either, but we'll see. And then we got cows off on the right. Yeah, sometimes people ride these horses really fast all the time. I like to leave forward, but then I'm trying to get them used to things. So when people ride these horses super fast, oh, there they come running. So not bad, but they're still running. And just like new cows, those horses are new. There's other ones over there that have been there, but those guys are new, so they're reactive and running around and doing stuff. You probably can't see them because it's on my chest. So here's the cows. I don't know if you caught eye on them or not. Good job, buddy. But you never know when they stand up. That can freak a horse out if they've never seen a cow stand up before. You want to look at them? Good job. Remember, they look out of the sides of their head. So I like to stop, let them look at things in the beginning. You know, that doesn't go on forever. It just goes on the beginning because I'm trying to build trust. When these horses are ridden really fast by things with other by things, then they don't get to see it. And when they're ridden in groups, you know, they're much braver because there's a group of them. Just like if you had 20 of you walking through scary forest, you wouldn't be that scared. But if there was 2 of you or 1 of you, it would be a lot more scary. So we take our time in the beginning. There's geese up there that he's staring at, walking across. And now the cows are getting up. So he's doing good with that. He doesn't care about the cows anymore. He just doesn't. It's either geese or turkey. I can't make it out either. So a lot of times you'll think a horse has had a lot of mileage because he's done endurance or something like that. And some of those are sometimes they're the spookiest horses I've seen because they've gone by everything so fast, or if they spook because they're in a race, they have to keep going, so they never get over it. And so just be wary of that, because people think, oh, a retired endurance horse is a great horse. Well, one, it has lots of energy, so it's probably not going to be great on like a 1 hour slow ride, and 2, it's just run by stuff. So, you know, it depends on the horse, of course, and the rider and what they did with it. But I've seen that a lot, where the horses are spooky and jumpy and people go, I don't get it, it's an endurance horse. And I go, I do, because I've seen those people ride and I've seen what they do. Okay, so he's scared they're turkeys. Now I can make out what they are. Good job. Now he's doing okay. Some of these guys I have to hand walk in the beginning, but I knew he had some trail mileage on him, and he's doing fine. I feel braver than this, but that's okay. He's like, holy shit, there's a lot of stuff on this road. So up ahead on the left we have goats. I don't know if he spooked from that or he spooked from the turkey. So as you're riding, the other things you're looking, you know, I'm trying to keep my eyes on the turkeys, and then I'm going to look left and see where the goats are. And then you want to be aware of your surroundings. What am I around? Am I around a ditch? Yeah, there's a ditch on my left. So I got my left spur in this horse because now he's looking at this pipe. And if he spooks, you don't want to go in the ditch. That's how people flip horses over and stuff. So now we got goats on the left. So when you're riding and there's things moving around, your horse is spooking at, a lot of people stare at the horse's head. You don't have time to stare at their head. You got to look around. So I'm looking to the left. I'm looking to the right. There's a pond with geese in it, but I know you can't see that. You want to know what's around you, and then you're looking at the footing. So my footing on the right now is pretty good, and on the left it's getting better. So if something happens, I know which leg I should try to push on that horse to keep myself out of a ditch or out of the side of a cliff or whatever it is. Okay. So if his feet are doing so we might not be able to go as far as usual. Got a little cute dog barking. But I am going to get him back on the grass as soon as I can get over here. So we might have a dog obstacle event going on up here. So let's see how this goes. He's better on the road than he is on the gravel. Again, when you're riding these things and you're thinking, wow, there's something scary on the left, I'm going to let him look. We'll see how he does. If he spooks, right now he could go either way. As we get closer to that, they're more likely going to turn away because they don't want to turn towards the object. Okay? So it helps you just kind of get ready with your body and just kind of have an idea of where they might go. So I'm sure he's never seen stuff like this before. Now he's afraid of the fence, so you sit back and you kind of try to block him with your left rein and left leg, because if something jumps out around the fence, they would most likely turn left to run away, not turn right and run into the object. If something jumps out from the obstacle course, he's most likely going to turn to the right. So you're looking around, trying to be a defensive rider, and like, what do I have to deal with? What's coming up? Oh, we got some kind of hole digging thing up there, so we're gonna go up a little further and then turn around, because that's right kind of in the middle of the road, so I won't be able to get by anyhow. Right? He's like, you're not gonna take me up there. Now see, he's backing up. If you have a mare, some of them, like, you could beat the heck out of them and they won't go up. You're like, no, it's not safe. So they'll check it out and they'll sit there for 5-10 minutes. And then if they think it's okay, they'll go forward. Now the gelding, some of them will look and be scared, and you can kind of get after them and they'll go. So, you know, depending what you have, and you might be, why does the mare do that? Well, the mare's smart, and she's like, I don't know if I trust you. the gelding's like, you got cookies? Okay, I'll go. So they're both good, but you got to be careful too, because you might get yourself in trouble with the gelding. So he did pretty good. And so we're going to turn around. Yes. So we're just letting him look at the stuff, and then I'm going to turn around and go back. Good boy. Because that's pretty darn scary. Oh, sorry. Sorry, we were just watching. There's a lot going on up there. Thank you. Okay, I didn't know I had a car behind me, so we did a fine for the car coming right up behind us. So now you'll see he's walking a little faster because we're turned and we're going towards home, but this isn't bad. It's not like he's running home being real barn sour. He's like, I wanted to go out, but now I'm not so sure. Okay. So same thing, we're going by fences. Something could jump out behind this fence. So I'm ready with my right rein and my right leg against him. I'm ready to open my left rein if I need to, and then you try to lean back. And remember, if he was to spook, he's probably going to go to the right, so you don't want to lean left. If you can, you want to try and just let your body go as much as you can. A good exercise to do if you have a round pen, and do it when your horse is tired or safe, or somebody can lead you around, is to get on and ride around and hold on to the horn and practice closing your eyes and just feeling the motion of the horse and trying to go with the motion, and let them just wander around the round pen and you not steer them and you just go with them. It's a good exercise to get your balance up, because we're always relying on our eyes, and you want to try and rely, if you can, on your feel to help you to get better with them. So see, now we're back on the gravel, and it's ouchy again. So a lot of horses come here barefoot. A lot cannot tolerate this gravel. They end up with shoes or putting boots on. So that's in case somebody has barefoot horse. You can see if your horse does stuff like this and he does those little short steps or stumbles, that's him being sore, which isn't really fair. So, put boots or shoes, or keep riding on the grass at least, and not hurting their poor little feet. Okay. So I'm looking ahead. I see a huge Amazon truck coming towards us, not the little van. So I got options, right? I could stop and jump off. If I had nowhere to go, that's what I'd do. But there's a dirt road right here on the left. So I'm going to pull off on that dirt road and give us plenty of room for him to come by. And I'm going to get away from these. Yes, you have to go down here. There's cows down here. But I want to get away from the wires and the trees and stuff. And then see where, get some visual so I can see where he is. Now again, he could go either direction if he gets scared. So I'm sitting back, my reins are open, my feet are out. Got to push against your stirrups. Good job, buddy. Good job. Okay. So squeak and brakes. He's a little antsy. He wanted to move. But overall, not that bad for having a big truck pass us. But see, if I was right at the side of the road and that was coming by, I could feel he'd get upset and probably move his butt towards the truck, or they might get in the middle of the road. They do goofy things when they're scared. I'm getting you off the rocks. So, sometimes they put their butt, or they back into the road because they're trying to get that thing away from them, and that's how they do it. And people are like, what is he doing? know, he's trying to kick the truck away. So, you know, if you're not sure, it's best to get off. You don't want to be on the horse if it runs into the truck. If the horse runs into the truck by itself, that's bad. But if it runs into the truck and you're on it, that's worse. So, you know, pick your options. You got to make your decisions quick when you're on these horses. You only get so many seconds to decide, and then you're on for the ride, whatever that is. So if you think, I think I should get off, get off. Get by, whatever it is, and then just get back on later. You don't care if your friends make fun of you or whatever. At least you're safe. And it'll just get better over time. All right. So he's looking off to the right. He's a little still antsy. So I'm not gonna, you saw me practicing gaits with the other horse. I'm not gonna practice gaits with this horse. Yeah, a couple of reasons. He's too ouchy, and he's too scared. So I don't want to be going fast and bringing his energy way up and having something jump out, because he's going to spook a lot faster, and that's not going to build his confidence, and it's not going to help me in any way. So first we got to get his confidence up, just walking, get him used to stuff, and then once he's more comfortable being out alone, then we can start gaiting him. So you'll see me do different stuff with different horses, because each one is different. So the brave ones I'll do more with. The scared ones, I just walk with them. I might even hand walk them the whole time, just trying to get their confidence up that we're okay. Okay, but we are going by a lot of stuff. I think he's doing fine. He's got us pretty close to this fence, so I'm pushing him off a little bit with my left leg. You don't want to get caught up in a fence either. So the cows are over there. He doesn't seem affected by them at all, so I think something just fell out of the tree. If he does something, he's gonna go towards the cows, and there's barbed wire on that fence, so I would stick my spur as hard as I could if he did that, to try to keep us away from that barbed wire. Alright. So now I'm looking off on the right. The horses are off on the right, but again, they might come galloping towards me. I don't know. And this is not to make you paranoid, like, oh my God, she looks at everything. It's just like driving. You just want to be aware of your surroundings, so you have some clue what's going on, and you're ready for it. If your horse is bomb-proof, you know, or an old horse, that wasn't very comfortable, then you know, you might not have to worry about any of this stuff. And lucky you that you got a horse like that. But the rest of you that are on these young horses, you do have to worry about this stuff. So I'm getting off of him. He's doing fine. I'm getting off for a couple reasons. One, this will get him just to trust me more. And his feet, again, are a little sore, and I don't want to put more weight on his feet. So I'm gonna get a little jogger going by, so we'll see how he does with this. But hi. Oh, thank you. Good boy. Okay, so he is very pretty. You guys might want to see what he looks like. But just his feet are just a little too sore for me to do this with him. So we tried. So we'll see what we put on him to get him used to this stuff. Okay. Now the lady's coming up behind us, and we'll just move over, give her room. Some people don't want to get out of the way. You know, when people and joggers and stuff are going by. But you want them to get out of your way when they're coming, right? You're like, can you get off, because people are scared? And, you know, you should get out of their way too. A lot of people don't want to come up behind a horse, because, you know, horses can kick them. A lot of people are afraid of them, and there should be, because they can kick them. Good job, buddy. So when you're on the trails, there's lots of questions that scream at people, get out of their way because they're scared and nervous. But again, we should do the same and get out of their way and be polite so everybody gets along and not get in fights.